Noah rolls his chair back and says, Isagi Yoichi, tell me, what is your weapon, and what is it you want? Isagi stands clueless. Noah smirks and says, what's wrong? You can't even verbalize your own idea? Without hesitation, Isagi answers, my direct shots, and what I need right now is a fundamental ability to vary my plays enough that I can respond to any opponent. Noah gives Isagi a sharp glance and counters, so, if you hypothetically had all that, could you win against me with it? Isagi is totally confused, and before he can fully answer, Noah interrupts, Blue Lock is a place meant to create the best striker in the world. Bring me logic that will defeat me. The chapter begins with Isagi hard at work, training relentlessly to improve his kinetic vision and field of view. He is in a specialized training room, playing against bots designed to enhance his reflexes and overall abilities. As the results of his efforts become evident, Isagi's rank climbs to number 70. He thinks to himself, there are only 10 days left until the first match. Every day, we go through Noah's designated training, and with each session, the rankings change. It's a constant swing between hope and fear as we battle to enter the top 11. Determined, Isagi reflects, I've increased my rank a little, but it's not enough. I won't get to play in the matches unless I make it to the top 11. I have no choice but to score high numbers in training to keep up with them. His gaze sharpens as he thinks about Kaiser. All of this is so I can defeat Bastard München's powerful team and their rising star, Kaiser. After training concludes, the players return to the main room. Isagi shares a room with 3 others, including Yukimiya. Yukimiya breaks the silence and says, Kunigami still hasn't told us anything. Isagi nods. Yeah, I want to ask him about the wildcard thing too. They begin discussing Kunigami, noticing how his physical abilities have skyrocketed. On the other side of the room, Corona opens his tablet and examines Kunigami's data. His shooting offense is at S level, speed is at A, and his stats just keep climbing. Isagi, intrigued, comments, we can view data on all the participant players. This is a detailed visual breakdown of our Blue Lock rankings. It's also useful for self-analysis. The group takes a moment to absorb the competitive atmosphere, realizing just how steep the climb to the top truly is. The scene shifts to Isagi, who is examining his scoreboard, which is filled with B's and A's. He thinks to himself, I'm just getting scores of B. My kinetic vision and direct play shots are high, but my power and long pass abilities aren't great. From the start, I wasn't a player who made it here based on simple physical abilities, so it wasn't much of a shock to see those low scores. With determination, Isagi moves out of the room. When asked where he's headed, he replies, I'm gonna go see the master. The scene transitions to Noah's room, where the master striker is analyzing the stats of other players. Isagi excuses himself and steps inside. Noah, noticing his presence, puts on his ear device to communicate and asks, what is it? Isagi doesn't waste any time and directly asks, what should I do to increase my ranking? Noah leans back in his chair, contemplating before asking, are you dissatisfied with the training? Isagi shakes his head and says, no, I just want to win. After a brief pause, he adds, I want to win against Kaiser. Noah rolls his chair back slightly and replies, I see. Isagi Yoichi, tell me, what is your weapon? Without hesitation, Isagi answers, my direct shots. Noah nods and follows up, what is it you require to use that weapon? Isagi thinks deeply for a moment before responding, I need to slip past the enemy so I can move freely in the goal box. Noah considers this, and then asks, what sort of play is required for that? After another moment of thought, Isagi answers, a broad view of the state of play, and the concentration and force to spend 90 minutes searching for openings in the enemy line and repeatedly challenging them. Before Isagi can fully answer the question, Noah interrupts with another challenge. What abilities are required for that? Isagi hesitates, confused. Noah smirks and says, what's wrong? You can't even verbalize your own idea? Isagi, flustered, quickly responds, no, I can. What I need right now is a fundamental ability to vary my plays enough that I can respond to any opponent. Noah gives him a sharp glance and counters, so, if you hypothetically had all that, could you win against me with this? Before moving forward, just be an egoist and hit that subscribe button first. That'll really show your appreciation for the effort that goes into making these videos. The question stuns Isagi, leaving him scrambling for an answer. After a pause, he stammers, "I don't know, but I'm going to—" Noah cuts him off. "Revise your thinking. I just cracked your logic. Don't allow any uncertain components in your plan. Visualize an ideal that you can verbalize and explain fully. Saying, 'I don't know,' means that idealistic conjecture is creating noise in your thinking. It's an irrational mental block. I'll never choose someone like that for my starting lineup." Isagi, struck by Noah's bluntness, reflects deeply on his words. Gathering himself, he asks, "Then what is it that I lack right now?" Noah leans forward and says, "I told you to revise your thought process, didn't I? Yoichi Isagi, what's the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning?" Isagi looks at him, confused. Noah continues, his tone sharp and commanding. "The first step. Does it move you closer to being the best in the world? Each minute, each second, every day of the year? Are you truly spending all your time to become the world's best? That is my philosophy. Blue Lock is a place meant to create the best striker in the world, right? Bring me logic that will defeat me." Isagi stands frozen, overwhelmed by Noah's words. His mind races, trying to process the philosophy of the man standing before him. He thinks to himself, Noah, he's larger than life. His words cut through me like a sword. This isn't just training, this is the mindset of the world's best. In this moment, Isagi realizes he's living in the presence of his idol, a moment of awe colliding with the immense weight of Noah's expectations. The 10 days of training are over, and the first match of the Neo-Egoistic League is about to begin. The lineup is revealed, and from Bastard München, Kunigami is the only Blue Lock player selected as a starter. Meanwhile, Isagi finds himself sitting on the bench. As the players take the field, Isagi reflects, "Noah gave me a new sense of values. I won't waste this time sitting on the bench." The commentator's voice echoes across the stadium. And now, here comes the starting lineup for Spain's FC Barca. The crowd roars as Bachira steps forward, leading the team. Isagi notices him and thinks, "Bachira, he's a striker now." His heart pounds as he resolves, "I'm going to stand on the same stage as you, Bachira." With that, the match begins. Bachira smirks confidently at the Bastard München players and says, "I'm going on ahead." Isagi sits quietly on the bench, his frustration simmering. "In 10 days of training, I couldn't make my way into the starting 11. I couldn't beat Kaiser." He clenches his fists. The only one chosen from Blue Lock was Kunigami, who skyrocketed his way up through the wild card round. "Damn it," Isagi mutters under his breath. "I want to stand on the field and fight alongside those guys too. Each minute, each second. I won't let this time and frustration go to waste." He sharpens his focus, resolving, "Enemy or ally, I'll burn every player into my mind. I need to use these eyes to find weaknesses to exploit." With this, the first match of the Neo-Egoistic League begins, and Isagi silently prepares himself for the next chance to prove his worth. The commentator announces the rules. 3 points are required to win. Players may be swapped out as many times as necessary. Using the star change system, the master striker may take the field for up to 3 minutes. The master striker will also serve as the team's coach. And now, let's begin match 1 of the Neo-Egoistic League, Germany versus Spain, kickoff. The match starts with Alex Ness taking the ball and launching a precise pass. Isagi watches intently and thinks, what a clean vertical backspin pass, made with no hesitation. It went right through the defense to the left side, a precise pass that doesn't cause its target to slow down. Grimm intercepts the pass, charging past other players. Isagi analyzes. He's crashing into them while hugging the sideline, charging along the shortest path with pure power and physicality. He dribbles like a tank. Grimm shouts, "I'm the debris that scatters during a rocket launch. This is life." With that, he launches a ball toward Gessner and Eck. Isagi notices the pass and thinks, what a sloppy pass. Nobody else could have caught that one. Gessner manages to control the ball, dribble past defenders, and push the attack forward. The play reaches the penalty area, and Gessner makes an unexpected move, launching what appears to be neither a shot nor a pass. Suddenly, Kunigami leaps into the air and traps the ball on his chest. The crowd is confused, as is Isagi. Kaiser is free, Isagi notices. But instead of passing, Kunigami used a chest trap to keep the ball for himself. The Kunigami I knew would never have made such an egoistical play. Kunigami adjusts his stance, and instead of using his signature left leg shot, fires a full-power middle shot with his right foot. The ball rockets toward the goal, but the goalkeeper reacts swiftly, blocking Kunigami's direct shot. The crowd holds their breath as the intense opening of the match sets the tone for an epic battle between Germany and Spain. Kunigami's shot is blocked, and Isagi analyzes, his target was so close. But that's what I'd expect from a world-class goalie. Still, Kunigami has evolved. All his physical abilities have skyrocketed, and he can shoot solo goals from anywhere. He's become a perfect striker with no weak spots. This is the new Rensuke Kunigami, the one who survived the wild card round. As the game continues, Kaiser begins moving into position. Meanwhile, Ness approaches Kunigami and questions him. "What was your plan for that play?" he asks. "If you passed to Kaiser, that would have been a goal just now. I know you saw it too. That kind of irrational dark solo play won't fly on this team." Kunigami cuts him off sharply. "I don't give a shit, you flunky. I'm putting my material line to effect. Go suck up to the wrong guy, you parasite." Ness is stunned by the blunt response. Recovering quickly, he grabs Kunigami's arm and says with a smile, "Oh dear, that won't do, Kunigami. So here's your first yellow card, for your lack of loyalty to Kaiser." Kunigami shrugs off Ness's hand and glares at him, but before the tension can escalate further, Bachira enters the scene with a wide grin. He announces cheerfully, "It's Bachira's showtime." Isagi, watching from the sidelines, thinks, "Okay, Bachira, show me the progress you've made."